Hi guys, it's Rachel here, and I am doing the last day of the 100-day project. Now, I had started another video and I was going to join them together, but I felt like what I was doing here was a little bit similar to what I learned in Nellie Wortman's course. So I've done that first, and then now I can do the video. I feel like I don't want to do the wrong thing by other creative people by doing something that's similar to what they did. So, well, it's different, but it's similar. So anyway, today is the 100th day, and I felt like it was fitting to do one of my sister's suggestions, which was Indigo, inspired by indigo blue Japanese fabrics. So what I have here are some antique fabrics. I'm pretty sure I might have bought them at Edo Arts, maybe in Sydney, or otherwise I bought them online, but I can't remember. So I've got some beautiful indigo antique Japanese fabrics here, Boro. They're all old Boro pieces. And then I've got some shibori dyed fabrics. I think my sister gave me this pack. I don't know where she got it from, but yeah, she gave it to me, or Mum did. Mum might have given it to me, I can't remember. And then this fabric I got as well from somewhere. So I've stitched them together, and I've got this old book here. I've actually scanned it because I really love it. It's falling apart. I think I bought it for the super old book pages, but it's been written in. So I want to do something a little bit sort of, I don't want to cover it all up. I don't want to sort of you know, change it too much. So I'm going to I've just hand stitched this bit here, and I'm going to glue that down there, and that will help fix that bit there, and then I'll glue something inside. But I'm also adding a bit of lace, which is not Japanese. And I was thinking, I was going to make something for my mum for her birthday, and I haven't done that yet. So I think this will be for Mum, and I don't know yet, but I might make this. It's going to be like a journal, but Mum doesn't journal, so it'll have to be quite visual. Or it might be somewhere that she might write ideas down in. Maybe I'll make it so that she can write ideas in. And so she loves Japanese. Well, we all three of us do, Mum, Sass and I. But we also love French. So Mum's place is full of blue and stuff, but she has a lot of French influence as well, which I think is fitting because the newer Japanese sewing crafts are quite often inspired by the French. Now what I put here was this image I don't know if it came from the New York Public Library. I went down that rabbit hole all day today while I was procrastinating, and I've saved a whole lot of images, and I printed one page that I created on fabric, and I've sprayed it with hairspray to see if it'll make it a little bit more permanent. But I felt like these colors work really well with this beautiful old Italian cover, and that's that parchment, that really old parchment. So anyway, I've got my glue here. I'm going to glue this down. Not going to glue that little bit there because I want that to go over the image. Oh, and the image I've stitched to some real antique Japanese paper, script, calligraphy, whatever you call it. And I bought that from Edo Arts in Sydney. I'm going to need it to go across there as well. So I'll just glue a bit at a time, I think, just so I can see where it's going. So obviously I will be covering a little bit of this spine, but it really does need a bit of help. As you can see, it's all falling apart, but I think we have to celebrate this beautiful old book. I have no idea. I reckon that says 16, or is that 76? I don't know. But the pages in here were 1700s. I think they've all gone now. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I don't even remember what they looked like. But that's going to go there. I just need to glue it down better. I have hand stitched it, all the pleats in it. They've all been hand stitched. So see what I mean? I just need to do it bit by bit, and I'd like that. I'd like to add a pleat in there. So I'll just use glue because I'm not going to use, you know, I'm not going to stitch it now. It's on the book. And PVA glue does dry very well. You can use your Fabri-Tac, whatever you like, but this does dry very well. And I literally, I've actually tried to, I think I've put something on crooked before, and I've tried to rip it up, and it's ripped off the whole cover. So that's how strongly it does glue down. Now, I mean, that is going to be covered up. I've gone to the trouble to make that pleat, but it is going to be covered up because I'm going to put this on here. Now, as to my sister, I had a chat to her today. Oh, no, I've stuck it over further, you see. I needed to stick it on. You see, I can't even move it. It's so stuck down, I can't even move it. So now that's too big. I wanted it to go over it, but it's not going to work. Oh, you see, I can squeeze it in there. That's what I wanted. So why don't I glue that down, and then I'll continue with the rest. I think that's lovely. This is very fun. So yeah, talking to my sister, she's fallen off the bandwagon. She's gone down. She's been so basically what happened was my mum, before the COVID happened, had enrolled at a Prince Charming Fabrics. I can't remember her. I think her name's Jen. She doesn't have Prince Charming Fabrics store anymore in Sydney, but she does courses, and she has really fun embroidery at the Happens store in Sydney. You can follow them on Instagram, the Happens store in Sydney. And so Mum had booked, even though it wasn't really like Mum, you know, she does stump work. She can do stump work and all kind, and crewel embroidery. She does a whole lot. So she's not going to learn much, but it is quite inspiring, even if you don't learn much, to go and do courses. And so anyway, Mum wasn't going. Long story short, Mum wasn't going to the... I've got the Bloody Blast today. Haven't had those for a while. So Mum wasn't going to go and do the course because she's worried about COVID and going to Sydney and that sort of thing. So she asked Sarah if she would like to do it. And so Sarah said, okay. So Sarah went and did it. And that was the end of the paper crafting. She went... I mean, Sarah learnt a few stitches in the course, but it was just... She just said she found it very inspiring, the actual course, even though it was all stuff that she knew how to do. Yeah, I like doing courses, even though I might know how to do most of the stuff, because you do get a new perspective on things. Anyway, so Sarah went and did the course, and she's been finishing that off. That's what she's been doing. She said she just she couldn't get herself back into the paper crafting after that. So and she's very busy because she's organising for her son to go away he's going to be gone for quite a while. So so she's been busy doing that. I'm just trying to glue down some pleats. Yeah, so that's where Sarah is. Don't worry about it. She says she's going to aim to get the 100-day project done by the end of the year. So good on her. I'm glad that she's going to finish it, because she said she wants a sense of achievement to finish it. But I know my sister. I know she has a really busy job. And I know she's been on holidays, but she's had so much to do to organise her son, getting stuff for him and stitch. She's got to stitch name tags and things on a whole lot of stuff. And so, and then she, of course, as I said, she got distracted by the stitching. So that's where she is. But all is well. Right. So where Mum lives, there's not been many coronavirus cases. It's a bit out of Sydney. But they're all freaking out because one of the checkout chicks, one of the ladies, the girls at the cash register, I mean, it's a very old expression. It's not meant to be derogatory or anything like that, but we used to say checkout chicks. Isn't that, I love that. Yeah, so she was tested positive. So now Mum's like, oh, I'm not going to go and see my friends because she went there the other day to the supermarket. And I'm like, well, Mum, you don't need to freak out. It's one case. Like, you know, when it hit Italy, we were living in the land of the coronavirus, and we didn't get it. Although we didn't go out much, but we still didn't get it. Touch wood. We could still get it because we've got new clusters here. I'm not in, a little bit here, but more in the hospital. But in other areas, cases have increased because, of course, once you let the people loose, the cases are going to increase, aren't they? But I just don't think we should panic. I just don't want to go back into lockdown again. Not that it makes a big difference to me because I'm always at home. I'm in love with that cover. How will I part with it? How will I part with it? So now we've got to work on the inside because the inside needs some reinforcement as well. When that all dries, I can see if there's any other bits that need to be glued. And you see, I can see the lovely ruined cover, which I love. And I love that little bit of lace there. I felt like that's a really good colour with these other indigo fabrics. Okay, and then I don't want to cover all of this up, so I need to figure this out. Now, what am I going to do in here? Yeah, so I told Mum seemed to be a bit worried. She said, I'm not going to go and see my friend. And I said, well, don't go and see your friend because your friend's cheeky. And she's continued to go out everywhere, left, right, and centre. And be a little bit, you know, she goes out every single day. Mum's sort of selective about when she goes out, how much she goes out. I mean, she was nervous about going to Sydney the other day, and she hasn't been there for months, but she had to see her grandchildren, and Sarah needed her, and I think she really enjoyed herself. So I said, Mum, don't freak out. You didn't go to that supermarket. You had decided to go to another one, so you're all right. And you just have to stay away from your friend. Anyone who you know is not being careful, you just don't see them right now until it sort of sorts itself out. I'm just looking for something to put here. As I said, I'm actually not going to cover up this whole cover. I'm going to put something in the spine because it needs it here. So it'll keep this strong. Once you glue some fabric in there, that will be strong. I'm just trying to find a piece of fabric that I might like to glue because normally I use this type of fabric. It's just a vintage cotton, and I will usually put a cotton in there. Oh, why don't I use one of these? Maybe I should use one of these. Oh, maybe this one, because this one's not too thick. So it won't interfere too much with, you know, its flexibility. That's what I want to say. So maybe if I go like this, I need it to overhang a little bit. Get these scissors. So what I normally do is just, when I want to measure it, got an itch. When you get an itch, got to scratch it. Just going to cut some. How long is it? I do very, very messy, bodgy measuring. I don't get my ruler out too often. And quite often if I'm watching a video, oh, look at that. See, there's a repair there. You can't fake that. I'm going to have that overhanging. That's going to be glued right there. How exciting. I'm not even going to trim it off. It's going to overhang. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Okay. Now, did I say that I didn't show you the stitching? I had started off showing this how I was doing the stitching, but then I decided not to because I didn't feel like that. I felt like it was too similar, even though it's not exactly what I learned from Nellie Wortman. It's very similar to what I learned from Nellie Wortman, and I feel like if you want to, you can find Nellie Wortman. Early Morning Thoughts is her blog. She's on, you can buy her course on Etsy. And she's also on YouTube a little bit. I don't think that she actually knows my channel, but I still, you know, I did a course with her. What I did here was a little bit similar to what I learned from her. It was really a technique that was inspired by her. So I feel like I won't show you that. If I learnt that from someone else, I won't show it. I don't know. I'm just saying that to the new people. The people who've been following me for a while knows I don't want to step on anyone's toes or do the wrong thing by anyone, because I wouldn't like them to do that to me. Anyone to do that to me. So it would make me sad. because, you know, you work hard to develop your ideas and your style, your own style. It really does take a long time to come about. And you get your own style. Well, how I got my own style was by working through other people's styles. Does that make sense? So you try, but the thing about the reason why you have to get your own style is because it will never work out like the original, because that's that person's style. That's not your style. So you really need to but you get your own style by trying things by a variety of different people. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just trying to. This curve is really funny. It's curving in. It's that old. It's just curving in. And so this is quite a thin fabric, so you can see the glue coming through, but I'm not worried about that. Now that's going to make it nice and strong. Love that. Love it. And I love it shooting out the top and the bottom like that. That's great. Yeah, you get your own style by doing things by other people, of course. We watch other people. We do patterns. Try to imitate. When you're learning, I learnt by imitation, but I was never satisfied, so I just slowly had to figure it out. So that's that. Okay, got that going on. Now, what's next? So I could put something here. I could put, like, that's all glued down, so that's all good. I could put a pocket. I do have this lovely lace here that I absolutely love. And I could have it, I could glue it down and have it. I could, or the other thing I could do, this paper, I don't know what it's got in it, but it's quite hard to tear. Although that's tearing. All right, I tore it. I managed. So what I was thinking, I don't really care for this pencil scribble here, but I do like the penmanship on there. So what I'm thinking is maybe we could mix the two cultures and have Japanese there. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to glue that there. I'm going to use the PVA glue just to make sure, because it's a very old book. I have cleaned it up a bit, and I just use it like a damp piece of cloth or piece of paper towel, not too wet. With the paper towel, I wet it on a little bit on one side, and then I turned it over, and then the dampness just slightly soaked through the paper towel, and so it wasn't too wet on the other side. Like, I bunched it up, and then I just would wipe off the mold. Sometimes someone asked me, this is why I'm telling you. Sometimes with the old books, I'll take out as much as I can. I'll remove the paper if it's too icky and dirty and gross, because they can be quite gross and dirty. They do need to have a bit of a clean up. This one had a clean up yesterday. I cleaned it. I was actually going to use it for a Medieval Mirage design team project. I'm way behind with those. I've got to do Tracy's and Medieval Mirage. I've got to do. They are my design teams, and I was going to use this because I felt like this would be fun to use for Medieval Mirage, but now I've become sidetracked and I'm using it for a Japanese style journal. Talk about the bloody blast today. I mean, just going on about nothing. I love that. I think we can stop now. Yeah. Sound like my younger brother. He goes, yeah. Okay, so that's good. Do I need any fabric? I don't know. Gosh, I love this fabric. I couldn't find it. I'm hoarding it, you see, and I couldn't find it, and I didn't know where I'd put it, and then I found it, so there you go. Maybe I'll put that. Oh, that's not folded over. A little bit there. I'll take this little awkward piece off. Could have a little bit there. Oh, I think I'll put that up there. Why not? Do you think I'm weird that I don't want to cover up this grungy cover? I just know my mum will love it. You know, she's like me. Hoard the hole. Anything with a hole, the hole needs to take pride and place. In fact, I have a hole that's been, most of you know, it's been floating around for like 2 years, ever since I first started. I came across the hole very early on, and it still hasn't found the perfect home yet, but it is still about. And we just love all this old stuff. So there, here we've got an, it's sort of, oh, see, I didn't repair that bit yesterday. I missed that one. So we'll glue that down. So we have this friend, he's an architect. He actually used to work with my husband, and he's off on, works on his own now. And he loves books and stuff like that. And he was concerned that I was ripping up the Italian heritage. And I said to him, have you seen the state of these books? Have you seen how people treat them? I said, they're getting a new lease of life. And the ones that go, you know, that I sell around the world, well, they are taking pride in place in people's bookshelves, whereas the Italians just want new stuff. No, not all Italians, but many. Not him, but many Italians just think, ooh, why would you want that? Well, because it's beautiful and it's a piece of history. That's why we want it. We need to look after, preserve things and give them a new lease of life. If it's an old mouldy book like this was, give it a new lease of life. Take the pages out. It's falling apart. It's gross. And make it beautiful again. That's what I think. I think this is beautiful. Mad, I know. I think it's beautiful. So, I don't know. I don't think I'll put that one anywhere. So, I've covered up that little hole there. That's got lace over it too. So, it'll be fine. This as it dries will strengthen as well. I was wondering how am I going to keep a bit of this old parchment, and that's how I'm doing it. I don't want to add too much over here. I don't think I'm going to add any more there on the cover. Would you like that? Okay, so the next job is I need to have a think. I don't know if I'm going to add any pockets on the inside or not. I might even just leave it like that and be different. I don't know. I don't know. Did I show you these? These are also were on the page that I had put together. They're also on fabric. I think I will probably cut that out. Aren't they wonderful illustrations? See the fabric bent there, but that doesn't matter. This is going to be a page in here, I think. I might even do some embroidery on it or something. I don't know. Oh, I know it. I might stitch a little cluster with lace and shibori. Maybe even a little bit of hemp can go in here as well. So, yeah, so I think I will have a think about what to put in here, and probably I'll probably, you know, do a bit of it on video so you can see how it comes about. I think that'll be a bit of fun. So just trim. I'm not ripping it because I know I didn't print it straight on the grain, so it would just go crooked. But not that it really matters. It's not the end of the world. That's what I might say. So that, see, I think that'd be very cute. Very cute. I mean, you could even cut it and have a bit here in it, but I don't want to cover all of that up. Okay, so I'm going to stop. Oh, that, see, yes, this was the page. I printed it on paper as well. So I sort of gathered, I spent hours, I just gathered all of these images, just the best images. Do you want to see? I'll show you, even if you don't want to see. So I've got all these gorgeous, beautiful postcards. They're antique postcards. And then all of these. I tried to find ones that had a bit of the indigo in them, you know, the colours. And so some of these are going to go in. These I thought can go in as pages, bigger and smaller. And then I thought I'd make bits and pieces of ephemera with the other pieces. I just love them. Just gorgeous. So I've only printed them on, oh, here we go. And I got these as, I thought these can be pages. They are printed on white paper. I might even flip them over. I might try one and just brush it with a tea mix one day and see what happens. I need to balance my printer. I've got a little very faint stripe on them, but it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. Mum won't care. So these are meant to be pages. I mean, look how many images I got. No wonder I didn't get anything much done today. I just love them. Oh, I think that's beautiful. That's going to be a page. I won't just move those scissors out of the way. And I think I'll put tea-dyed paper in as well. And this will be a page. I'll probably back these because I don't have to put that many pages in. So I think what I will do here is I'm going to back these. I'll show you how I'm going to back them. So I could back them with sewing pattern paper, but I'm not sure if I've got any sewing pattern paper right now. I do have a roll of masking paper, and I also of the green, and I also have a roll of the brown. Michelle sent me that quite a long time ago. So I can use those. I can also use, oh, I've got a big blob of glue on me. I can also use tea-dyed paper. See what I've got here. Here's a nice piece of tea-dyed paper. Now, well, that will fit right across there. I can get two, you see, which is the side that I like the best. I think I like the other side better. So what I do is I put glue. I think I pretty much got it everywhere. Flip it over and get this, flatten it out. And then cut it out. Now before I cut that, I think I'll zigzag around it. Just take that off and I'll do another page on there. I don't think this one will fit. Oh, it might just, but I'm not going to risk it. I'll get a smaller one. I could actually, why don't I glue that one onto there and then stitch around it? No, because I might embroider that. That's why I might not do that. So let me see what other, oh, I wonder if one of those will fit. They might be too big as well. Oh no, perfect. So we'll do one of these as a page. Oh, I think I like this one. I like them both, of course, because I'll save them. So yeah, well, I'll probably put some old Italian book pages in there as well. I think I'll get some old book pages and put those in because Mum will like those, and we'll decorate them. So I'll gather some pages, and then in another video I will show you, we'll put it together. At first I was thinking, oh, I might like a floating spine, but I can't do a floating spine in there because I don't want to cover up the writing on the inside of that cover, the antique script. I want to keep that because I know my mum will love that. Yeah, she will. She'll love that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stitch. I'll probably do 2 signatures and they'll just be stitched in there. And I'll probably just choose a wax thread that's that sort of similar sort of colour, so it won't be too offensive. That's what I think I'll do. Or the other option would be to do 2 eyelets and have the elastic. I'll do that as well because it's quite strong now that it's drying. Yeah. So these are going. This is the start of my pages. I did say I was going to stitch it first, but I think I'll cut them. I've changed my mind. There's no reason. I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me whether I cut them now or cut them after. And I'll stagger them because they're not obviously high enough. Because I actually didn't, when I saved these, I didn't know really what I wanted to do. I was just saving them because I like them. And then that'll be stitched around and folded, and that will be they're little pages. I can print them out bigger. Got the JPEGs. Okay. So they're ready to stitch. And then the other thing that I'll be making for this is, oh gosh, I just love that. Sorry guys, I just keep admiring it. I would make some pockets and things. Let's see what else we've got here. I love these. Just gorgeous. Just admiring them, sitting here admiring them. So I've really gone away from the indigo to Japan. I'm in Japan now, but I felt like it would all work in together. So this one is just on copy paper, so I will glue it to a piece of book page. Let me see here. I'm in a bit of a mess now that I've pulled all this stuff out. Here's a nice piece of book page to glue it to, just to strengthen it. Just trim off the excess. Oh, I know what I think I might do with this. I think I'll trim it down now. I don't think I'm going to make this into a journaling card. I'm going to make this into a little pouchy thing. I'll show you. Now, who did I see that had... I don't know. I watched some flip through. I don't even know if it was someone that I follow. I think it might have been a suggested video. Or was it Sharon Hirth? Sharon makes the most beautiful journals. Was it you, Sharon? Tell me if it was you. That, put a little bit of vellum on the back here, and it becomes like a little see-through pouch. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, what I could do, if I had one the same size, which I don't, I could even have it attached to an image on the back so that you could see through it. No, I think we'll just see the writing. So I'll get my... I'm a bit weird today. I don't have any... That's tracing paper. Tracing paper is... I don't know. A tracing paper might be too thin. Oh, it might work. This is not feeling too bad. So I need to cut my tracing paper, pencil, and cut my tracing paper about the same size as my thingy. We'll see how we go. It's a very random video. Very random, but this is what the prompt has brought me to. This is what's happened. Right, so then I just grab this. Doesn't like being punched very well, so you put a piece of paper behind it to strengthen it, and then you can do it, you see. And I'm going to stitch that on there, and anything that's overhanging I will trim off. I'm going to zigzag around it, I think. Actually, I might just... Oh, that's the top. I'll just zigzag across the top first. Okay. And then I've got to get this, and I'm going to put that there, and that will be stitched on here. The back stitch. Oh, I know who it was. It was Odd Designs. That's who did it. That's who I saw do that. She had she probably used vellum, which is a bit stronger, but she had just a see-through pouch. You can put a little something in there. I thought that was really cute. So there you go. There's a piece of ephemera. And then I don't have anything small. What do I have small here? You can make something small, like the fishy. Mum loves fish. And you put the fish in there and you can see it, you see. You make a little journaling card and in it goes. Like that. I think that's really cute. So guys, I think that's my video. We will continue this project together. I'll figure it out a little bit better so I'm not all haphazard like I have been today. But we'll figure it out better and do some more so you can see how the process of it. But that, we've done the cover. I love the cover. I'm just thinking about whether I want to put pockets there or not. I don't want to cover up this. This is my problem. I don't want to cover it up. I really don't. I could have a belly band coming down here or something, but I'll think about that as I go along. I can always decide that afterwards because I will just be using glue, but I think that's just wonderful. So there you have it. That's my last project. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're not disappointed. And I will see you again soon. So thank you for watching. Bye.